I want to start today by asking you 3 questions. Answers are super simple because you will see them on screen. All right? But I want you to answer, where are you? Who are you?
This moment.
Yes, this moment that never existed before, never will exist again. And you know that we are oftentimes based in the past, thinking, forget to call somebody, did I forget to do something? Or we're in the future, what am I gonna do tonight? And in that way, we miss the only thing we truly have, which is this moment and this time that we will create together. A dream has the capacity to change your life. Every invention, every creation, every important thing that ever happened in this world started with a dream. A dream expands you. A dream shows you not only who you are, but who you can become. A dream will allow you to grow in the process of achieving it, doesn't it? And a dream will help you push through obstacles that seem impossible to push through. So this is the story of a little boy with a big dream. And this little boy dreamed about playing football. It was his long life dream. He wanted to play football. And so he did. Ever since he was 2 or 3 years old, he would be with a ball all day long. And one day his parents said, this boy is really good, let's go and take him for a tryout. So they take him to one of the big clubs in his country for a tryout. And the guys who are looking at him say, yeah, the boy is good, but what's wrong with him? He's too small. Look at him. He is definitely too small. Something is not right with this kid. So they take him to the doctors, and the doctors check him out, and they say, yeah, there's something wrong with this kid, and it's not a minor thing. In fact, it's quite a rare disease, but it's a big thing. And the big thing is that this kid was born with a growth hormone deficiency, which in essence means that his body refuses to grow. And so these guys who were about to sign the contract with him said, no, we're not gonna do this, because this kid was born broken. He was born broken. Have you ever felt broken before? Yeah. And some brave guys are putting up their hands. Have you ever felt like, I'm not good enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I don't have enough friends, I don't have enough money, there's something wrong with me? Well, this kid, he was born broken, and these people were not there to fix him. But you know what this kid did? The kid with the broken pencil? He said, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep focusing on my dream, because I will make my dream bigger than my obstacle, and I will do whatever I have to do to make my dream come true. And if that means setting my mind and reminding myself every single day, why am I here? What do I want to achieve? I will do that. And if that means doing really difficult things, like sticking needles into my legs every single day, just to see if my body will start growing, I will do that. And then he said, you know what? I will set my mind to believe that this obstacle can actually be my opportunity. This can be my opportunity. I will learn how to play football in a different way. Yes, I'm not as big as the other ones. I'm not as tall as the other ones. I will have to learn to play in a different way. And so he did. And what he did, he basically got a sharpener and he sharpened his pencil. So when you get a broken pencil, what do? You sharpen it. And how do you sharpen a pencil? You sharpen a pencil by thinking, what can I do with what I have? What can I do with this obstacle? What can I do with what I've been given? And so he did. And he kept believing in himself. and he kept focusing on his dream. And this kid, who was nicknamed the flea, in Spanish la pulga, because of how tiny he was, he became the biggest player of all times. This is a true story of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, the guy who has created history in soccer. As an Argentinian, I'm so proud to call this guy a fellow, well, we share our country. The guy who has been named 7 times best player in the world. He has been 7 times best player in the world in 3 different decades, which says a lot about him, because he's been doing this for quite a long time, right? This guy was a broken kid. He was born with a problem. Everyone said, you're not gonna make it. Forget about us. But what did he do? Focused on the dream and made the obstacle smaller. And so the message of this story is, your problems do not define you. We all have problems. They do not define you. What defines you? Your attitude. Your attitude defines you. And attitude is not a small thing. This body, I don't want this face, I don't want to feel this way, I don't want my parents to tell me what to do, I don't want, and what do you want? Oh, I don't know. I never thought about that. Oh, really? Well, that's the first thing you need to do in order to achieve your dreams. You need to decide what you want with lots of details. Now, let me tell you another true story. Who here likes animals, especially? Who likes horses? Oh, lots of you. This is a true story about a boy who loved horses. His name is Monty. Monty had a father his father was a horse trainer, and he was a quite violent horse trainer. So he would use violence to train horses, whips and sticks to make them obey. And he would not only be violent with the horses, but he would also be very violent with a little kid, with his son, with Monty. So many times Monty would escape from his father, and he would take refuge in nature, and he would spend hours and hours observing the horses. And he realized something. As he was observing the horses, he realized that horses would never use violence to teach younger horses how to do things. They would use soft body movements. And so he started dreaming, and he said, what if one day I can become a horse trainer using no violence? And so one day Monty goes to school, and the teacher asks him and the fellow classmates, what do you want to do when you grow up? Have you ever been asked that? Yeah. And so she said, write an essay about it. What's your dream? And so Monty went back home, and he spent the entire night writing out his dream, and he put all the details, and he went back to school, and he handed the essay to the teacher, and he's all proud, and the teacher reads it and says, no, Monty, come. What you wrote here, so you want to live in California in a 62-acre ranch, and you want to breed race horses? It's not gonna happen. You come from a very poor family, Monty. You guys live in a trailer. It's not gonna happen. So I want you to write something more realistic. I don't want you to get frustrated. So Monty goes back to his house with the essay, and what do you think he did? Do you think he changed it? No, he didn't change a single comma. So he goes back to school with the essay untouched, hands it back to the teacher. The teacher is reading it again and says, okay, Monty, I don't think you understood. If you don't change this, I will give you an F. An F for fail, for 0. So Monty looks at her and says, fine, you keep your F. I keep my dream.